Well, Brady, with 8 minutes on the clock, Luke Parker and Caleb Daniel became Kangaroos tonight. Talk us through that frantic last hour and how happy should North fans be with our two newest shin boners?
Yeah, well, I hope our fans are really excited. We certainly are. We've come to this trade period wanting to add some maturity to our list, and tonight we feel like we've been able to do that. Clearly, we've got Jack Darling in the trade period earlier, but to add another experienced player in Luke, and we know what a talent Luke is and the experience he brings, but to then go with Caleb again today, a 28-year-old that's got a lot of great accolades behind him. He's an All-Australian, he's best and fairest winner. So we're really excited to bring those three in.
You spoke to Luke this morning. You know how desperate he was to get to the club. I think you've spoken to him since. How happy is he to have finally landed at Arden Street?
Yeah, it's obviously a nervous time for players when they're trying to find their way to a new club, and list managers like we are, we can go down to the last minute. So that's the nature of trade period, and I think everyone realises now the last 10 minutes is where a lot of the deals get done. Ideally, that's not always the case, but it seems to be the way. So. Spoke to Luke straight away. I can't quite tell you what he said because it's probably won't go to air, but it's fair to say he's very excited.
And part of that deal, we welcomed Jacob Constanti to the club as well from Sydney. He's 20 in a couple of weeks, I think. What can he bring to the forward line?
Yeah, so Jacob's been at Sydney for 2 years. We've followed him closely for 3 to 4 years now. He's a Gippsland Power boy originally. We rated him really highly in the draft in 2022. We actually thought we'd probably get him at one of our picks, but Sydney got him before us. So followed his career really closely. He's a pressure forward. His chase and tackle is outstanding for a 19-year-old player. Clearly as a footy team, we've needed some extra pressure up the forward line, and we think with Jack Darling, leading West Coast inside 50 tackles this year, and what we think Jacob could potentially become as an inside 50 real pressure player, we think we've addressed a few needs there.
We've welcomed now in the last couple of weeks 3 premiership players to the club. Do you sound out the current playing group about their thoughts on bringing in these experienced guys and kind of what they think about moves like that?
Yeah, the leaders in particular, I think they've probably identified too that we could do with some more experience. We've had Liam and Hugh retire to add to some other club greats who have had retire in previous years in Zeeble and Cunnington and Goldstein. So, to bring in some players that have been there, done that, to get 3 premiership players, and they've all got all Australians behind them as well, is great for our players to be able to see how they approach things and how they go about their training, and players that have been there, done that is invaluable for our playing group. So Larkey in particular is one that likes to get involved in this space, and he's already texted me about how excited he is, so it's good to see our players are happy as well.
We still obviously hold pick 2 going into next month's draft. How pleased are we with that? And there's obviously a couple of options there to take one of the best young talents, or there's still live trading available even on draft night, but how happy are we to still have pick 2?
Yeah, so we're obviously going through this period. You weigh up a lot of things, and to get the players in that we wanted to tonight, we knew 2 was never going to be involved in that. But on the surface, losing a 25 and 44 to get our players in can look like we're probably a little bit light on for this year's draft, but there's options with the 2. There's options with our future hand. We've got future 1, 2, 3 and 4 still up our sleeve. We can trade all the way up until draft night. We can trade on the night. So we'll keep exploring better ways to improve our draft hand this year as well, to add to the experience we've already brought in.
Well, Brad, congratulations on all your work the last couple of weeks, and we'll see you in a month at the draft.
Cheers. Thanks, Falks.